Well, it's Fashion Week here in Istanbul. This is the 8th edition of the event and dozens of brands and designers are taking part. And the Turkish designer Bahar Korcan has been chosen to have her collection Dust showcased throughout. Well, Oliver Whitfield-Miocic is there. So, Ollie, what's hot this year on the catwalk?
Well, the two standout shows that we've seen this year. The first one came from Lug von Sieger, showing in Istanbul on Monday. Now, this Turkish designer takes iconic ladies who've visited Turkey before and uses them as inspiration for her pieces. So her show yesterday focused on Agatha Christie, the novelist who wrote Murder on the Orient Express. And as part of that, she made quite billowing clothes with a lot of ruffles, monochrome, quite a few prints, loose-fitting items that she said the ladies back in the 20s and 30s would have needed for stepping off that grand old train, the Orient Express. Moving into the future fashion, we've also had another Turkish designer called Arzu Kaprol. Now, she's been using projection mapping to show what she thinks could be a possibility in the future. So using these projectors, she put on various designs over various dresses, which looked something like we're going to be seeing in 100 years' time. But the organisers here say that wearable technology is actually something that we won't be seeing that far into the future. Now, if we just have a look over here, this is by another Turkish designer called Rashid. He is focusing on more haute couture evening wear. And if I was going to say what colours we'd be looking for the future, I think he's banking on yellows, burnt oranges and some reds. Now, this is all very, very nice if you're going to a fancy event or if you're going to go maybe to a nice award ceremony. But when we're not working, most of us are wearing our T-shirts and jeans. And so for the latest in hip street fashion, let's speak to Bunyamin Aydin, who's one of the country's best designers in this field. What are you wearing? Why is it cool? What we're going to be wearing in the future?
Well, basically anything that's comfortable. And the brand's DNA is basically East and West, which represents the city of Istanbul. And that colliding culture clashes is exactly what I'm for.
And so do you often design your clothes with somebody in mind, or is it just whatever you think people will want to be comfortable in?
I think it's not just one thing. I think it's social movements around the world, history, music, and lots of things colliding into each other. But definitely my heritage is a really important part. But mixing up that with technology and authenticity is exactly who I am and what the brand stands for.
Now, some of the clothes here cost thousands and thousands of dollars, probably not accessible to most people, whereas you market yourself as a bit more on the street. People can go into a shop and actually buy your stuff.
Yeah, I think now accessibility is very important. It doesn't matter which status you are in. You just should be able to wear what you like and what you feel comfortable in. And I think that's what I'm representing and also what I believe in. It shouldn't put you into a position where you have to buy a certain thing because of the price.
That's because fashion has been seen as quite elitist. What do people say about your designs? Do you have quite a big following?
Well, basically, they find it very interesting because it merges two different generations. So it merges details, for example, that I get inspired from carpets that are in palaces all around the world, together with streetwear. So I'm actually marrying two generations.
And we can see that on your T-shirt here, a lovely Turkish rug, if ever there was one. Thanks very much for joining us, Bunyamin.
Yes,
we're going to be speaking to plenty more designers throughout the day, maybe even bag a chat with a model or two.
Nice one. You'll look forward to that, Ollie. Thank you for now.